Hello, lovely human. Welcome to The Little Flower. If you haven't been to my channel, my name is Krista, and I use the presence and essence of flowers along with the tarot to deliver messages to help you align to your most authentic and abundant nature and path. So the prompt that I channeled for this reading is, you are a light in the darkness. Witness the beauty of who you truly are. So the energy that came through when I was inspired to channel a prompt like this was this feeling of peeking through the veil of our own self-concept and seeing the beauty and the light that truly exists in the places that we tend to be most harsh on ourselves. So that's the energy that I want to evoke in this reading. We'll go on this journey together. Go ahead and choose. Oh, and I forgot to mention, we are entering into the infinite prayer. The infinite prayer is a powerful energy healing transmission. It is a guided download. It is something that helps you to tap into the healing essence of your own soul, helps you align to your unique soul nature. And I use reiki, prayer, guided affirmations, and just a belief in miracles to bring you into a beautiful state of healing and uplifting. And I use the messages that come through in these readings as inspiration for what that infinite prayer session is going to be like. So if you're interested in doing the infinite prayer, there will be a link down below. So go ahead and choose group number 1, group number 2, group number 3, or group number 4, and I will see you in your reading. Hello, lovely human. Welcome to The Little Flower. My name is Krista. If you haven't been to my channel, I use the presence and essence of flowers along with the tarot to deliver messages to help you align to your most authentic and abundant nature and path. So for today's reading, the prompt that I channeled is, you are a light in the darkness. Witness the beauty of who you truly are. So the intention with this is to give you a peek through the veils of the places in your soul where you are the most critical, where you may be the most harsh towards yourself, and see what is truly there, the beauty and the love and the light that is truly there. So that's my intention with this reading. We'll go on this journey together. And before we get started, go ahead and listen to this short little intro about the Little Flower Patreon. Before we get into your reading, I'd like to invite you into the sacred portal to healing, alignment, and expansion that is the Little Flower Patreon. A key element that makes the Little Flower Patreon special is the infinite prayer. Using Reiki, prayer, intuitively guided affirmations, and a belief in miracles, I offer a powerful transmission each month with the intention to bring you into deeper resonance with your truest soul essence and most fulfilling path. Entering into the infinite prayer means remembering you've always held the key to the healing waters of your own soul. This is your safe and protected conduit to the divine. I simply hold the mirror. Tap into your own sacred, ever-flowing internal spring, always pure, always moving, always offering exactly what you need the moment you choose to dip your cup in. Return as often as you feel called to. Enter the Wellspring membership and receive access to an ever-growing sanctuary of soulful pick-a-flower readings and infinite prayer sessions. Each month, I tap in and channel a theme or prompt for 2 new in-depth readings, with one of those readings laying the foundation for what emerges in the infinite prayer. Join the Overflow membership and receive everything in Wellspring, plus access to every new extended infinite prayer session drawn from YouTube readings like this one from October 2025 on. If the Little Flower Patreon is calling to you, click the link in the description box below. If at any point during this reading you feel inspired to, feel free to like, subscribe, drop a flower emoji, and leave a comment. I'd love to know how things are resonating, or if you have any questions or suggestions for me. Now, back to your reading. All right, guys, so after hearing about the infinite prayer, now you know what it is. And I want to say we are doing an extended infinite prayer session for this reading. I thought it was extremely appropriate considering we're going internal. We're looking at the places that need to be revealed as the beauty that they are, and the infinite prayer is a powerful way to align to that beauty. So I hope I see you in there, and by the end of this reading, I'll know more about my intention for group number 1 for that session. So all right, let's get into it. So we have purple carnations today. You chose this lovely little guy who is still unopened. It will open. I will put him in some water and he will eventually open. And let's go ahead and do a channeled message from your yet to be bloomed carnation here. Typically, carnations do symbolize, people give them to people for a job well done, for honor, for admiration, a success. And they represent a whimsical nature. So I thought that was kind of interesting, and maybe it's kind of good to know if you ever want to congratulate someone, give them a purple carnation. But yes, let's get into this lovely little guy's message for you. One thing's for sure, you can never really fathom just how beautiful you are. And it goes so much deeper than the way you're perceived, the way you look. And if you were to even understand or feel or recognize 1/10 of the beauty that you really are, you would never be concerned about your looks, because you would know that you are constantly emanating beauty and light and love. And the physical would be secondary to the spiritual beauty that you exude. Everyone picks up on true beauty, truly. You don't have to fight to express your beauty. You don't have to pick yourself apart. You don't have to cake a bunch of makeup on or make sure you're rigid about a workout regimen. Those things are secondary to spirit. Once you're aligned with spirit, you do those things out of a love for yourself and out of an enhancement of what you know to be true already. So when you're focused on the external, you've got it backwards, because it's okay to focus on the way you're expressing yourself, the way you are presenting yourself. But that's only an emanation of spirit. So focusing on soul, focusing on spirit and your connection to yourself and the love you hold within, shining a light in those places where you notice that you are nitpicking or judging or casting a negative light on. That's the most important beauty regimen that you could ever do. You are beautiful in essence. Remember that. And that's something that can never fade over time. It only grows deeper and deeper and deeper if you put in the work with your relationship with yourself. Okay, beautiful. With the bud being closed, there's a feeling of learning to love yourself. And as you learn to love yourself, as you learn to bloom, you start to see and understand what true beauty really is. It's something that comes natural. It's interesting that we as a society, especially humans, especially women, it's such a priority, beauty, making sure we look beautiful. And it's so interesting that we strive and cling and try to make it happen when it's something that just comes naturally. And what's not natural is our judgment of ourselves and other people. So when we align to soul, to spirit, to love, especially self-love, we couldn't be more beautiful in those moments. There's a reminder here that if you're lucky, you will age and you will look like one day an elderly person, an older person. And that may be triggering. But accepting that reality and exploring the reasons why we're so obsessed with being beautiful, and instead focusing on aligning to the beauty of God, the beauty of the universe, the beauty of the earth, and the beauty of our spirit and soul. That is where our focus should lie. Focus on the truth of our being. So that's absolutely lovely. Thank you, little flower, for that message and for that reminder. You are beautiful, and you don't have to work to express it. It simply is expressed. And again, I'm sorry, I keep repeating myself, but anything you do extra should feel natural, should feel right, and shouldn't feel like a fight. Okay, so we have, for your overarching theme, you chose this lovely card of this woman on a horse reaching up and picking a flower from a tree. There's a butterfly here and a castle in the background. I just want to mention those for symbolic reasons, if any of you are resonating with those symbols. Number 18 is a number of the moon card in tarot. It's about the subconscious, which makes perfect sense for a reading like this. And it says new experiences and possibilities. I believe you are moving into an era of your life where you will be surrounded by new places, people, things, environments, and this era of your life will be easier to see yourself as beautiful because the environment around you will be more aligned to who you truly are. So some of you could be moving into a new workplace. Some of you could be moving to a new town. Someone could be moving to a new home. It feels like fresh, new energy. Or even if you're changing up your home, changing up your space, or painting walls, it's something like that. The environment being different around you and you feeling more alive in that space. So I'm going to pull, actually, you know what? I want to read from the guidebook for this card. So number 18, new experiences and possibilities. Look around in nature. Notice the new beginnings, new experiences, and new choices being shown to you. They will only be evident to you if you take the time to look for these subtle messages. You are on the first steps along a new path. You are being offered a blank page. What are the first words you would like to write on it? Your possibilities are endless. You are in complete control of your life. This is a new beginning on your journey. Live in the present and trust in your own abilities. Plant your seeds and willingly venture into new territory. It does feel new, this energy that I'm existing in with you. There's this fish out of water, fresh new energy, and it's invigorating. It feels like jumping into a cold pond or a cold lake or ocean. It's invigorating, it's new, it makes you feel reborn, it makes you feel alive. There's some new energy sweeping through your life, and you're meant to allow yourself to be swept up with it. And then the self-concepts and the parts of you that have been clinging to old ways of being, and in particular in this group, it feels like old negative self-concepts of the way you look or how you're perceiving yourself and how you think you're being presented into the world. There's something about these old patternings being swept away and this new invigorating energy taking you on a new journey into a more soulful way of being and living, where you love yourself more, where you love your life more, where you're more accepting of the present moment, where you're more accepting of your life as it is. So let's pull a couple cards from the Moonology Messages Oracle. We have Moonstone with Slow It Down. I haven't used a moonstone in a while. That sounds really amazing. I really want to find one soon. And Blood Moon. Wow, with Courage. Very kind of opposite ends of the spectrum here. So the courage to slow it down is coming through. The courage to be okay with exactly where you're at, be okay with a seeming lack of progress, being okay with the place, like the in-between, being in between one phase and another phase, being okay with being right where you are in your journey. That is the energy. I am settled. I am balanced. I love who I am. I'm expressive in who I am, just as I am here. This is the most valid place to ever be because it's where I am. It's right here, right now. That is the energy. It feels like a pendulum swing that was swinging from left to right, and now it's finally balanced and centered. It feels courageous to stand where you are sometimes because society tells us we need to be going. And sometimes it's an act of courage to stand still and to say, no, I am not doing that. I'm not living that way. There is no rush. My life is beautiful right here, right now. I want to keep pulling cards. I'm going to pull a couple cards from the Prairie Majesty Oracle. Oh, we have a turtle next to Slow It Down. That's amazing. What is always mine? Box turtle with Carrie. Okay. I'm really feeling someone who's been carrying the weight of societal pressure and expectation for not only your beauty, we talked a lot about beauty in the beginning, but just for how your life is supposed to look or how it's supposed to go. And you're recognizing finally that you have control over, at the very least, how you perceive your life and how you're accepting your life. And this is radical self-acceptance. And this is you letting things slide off your back that are not yours to carry, and recognizing that you have a certain amount of space within your being to hold and carry a certain amount of responsibility, a certain amount of care for yourself, a certain amount of ways of thinking. It seems like there's a sorting of ways of being that are or aren't serving you, and you effortlessly letting go of the ones that aren't and doing it unapologetically. Moving forward. Like this turtle, he has, a certain, like, it says carry, and he has he has 13 little puzzle pieces on his back. And he can only hold 13 little, well, these are stars, but in your case, you are an ecosystem unto yourself. And for you to be able to feel balanced and feel energized and feel good in the day-to-day, you only have a certain amount of space within your being for other people, for yourself, for your work, etc. And this is you finding that balance and putting boundaries in place to hold that balance together, staying rooted in that balance so that you are able to live your life in a way that feels good and that feels grounded. And not only that, but it feels like the place on your path that you are fully accepting of it. You're not picking apart any part of your life anymore and saying, that's not right. That's not right. I need to fix that. You are looking at the puzzle pieces of your life, and in the center of it all is your heart and what you love. And you're saying, this is who I am. This is what I love. This is what I'm walking towards. It's imperfect, but it is me, and I am happy here. That is what you're stepping into. Our next card is what gift awaits with glitter, and the cottonwood tree. So I love that you have a tree and a turtle. I believe you're creating new boundaries in your life, and the blood moon with courage is the courage to stand up to energies that aren't serving you, energies and projections of others around you that aren't maybe it's not that they're not respecting your boundaries necessarily. I mean, maybe for some of you they aren't, but it's that you haven't fully asserted and enacted your boundaries. You could have spoken them, but not lived up to them and held people accountable to them. And now you're finally having that courage to hold people accountable to the boundaries you set in place. And you're holding yourself accountable. And you're deciding, I get to live in ease and flow. I know it's not going to be perfect, but for the most part, I've got everything in its place. And I feel like I can manage this and still take care of myself and still love myself and still honor myself and still find times to feel amazing in my own being. With glitter, you're finding a state of being where you finally feel like you are shining. You feel like the joyful and loving and overflowing part of you is expressed in the world, and your light is shining, and you can do your best work, and you can be the most loving person that you can be to your loved ones. You're finally finding that. Okay, let's start getting into some tarot. So let's go ahead and pull some from the Light Seers Tarot. With the new beginnings, I'm even seeing someone who has shifted so much internally that their external world looks differently. Like you're walking through the same spaces, but they feel lighter. You're able to witness the beauty all around you because you've allowed yourself to witness it within your own being. Inner and outer shifts abound for you. Alrighty, we have the Seven of Swords. There's something you're not seeing. We have the Magician. We have the Ten of Swords. The Judgment card. Wow. Knight of Pentacles. Of course, we have the Knight of Pentacles with your slow down energy. We have the Death card. You are going through a massive transformation. This is not a small transformation. We have 3 major arcanas, and they're pretty powerful major arcanas. I mean, they're all powerful, but you've got the Magician, the Judgment card, and Death and Rebirth. So the internal work that you've been doing is really paying off. You've been uncovering what is truly not serving you in your being. And you've been awakening to a way of being that's been going on for way too long. You are freeing yourself. It is over. It is done. We have the Ten of Swords here. And this is one of the most beautiful Ten of Swords. A lot of times the Ten of Swords the cards look very painful, but this one's beautiful. It's like she's just walking into the horizon. She's got 10 crows protecting her. She's walking away from this barren landscape and moving into her new journey, her new life, her new light. And you're freed. You have freed yourself. And if you haven't found yourself to this place of freedom yet, it is imminent. It is absolutely imminent. I feel like a lot of people come to tarot readings because they want their physical world to change. But your inner world is changing so much that you won't even be able to you'll feel like you're in a whole new paradigm. Even if you're in the same locations and around the same people, you will feel like you've stepped into an entirely new state of being and paradigm and new reality, because of the healing and the transformation you are allowing yourself to go through. We had that butterfly in the beginning, right off the bat. New experiences and possibilities. This is you coming out of the cocoon and being a butterfly. Think about that. It's a completely different experience. The caterpillar is on the ground eating leaves. It's a whole different being. And this process that you're either in or you're coming out of is this alchemical transformation. And I just want to give you hope. If it's difficult, if it's intense, this is exactly where you're meant to be right now. And you can find beauty in this process too. But your butterfly moment, you're on the brink of it. The joy, the lightness, the overflow, the freedom. It's an emotional freedom where you really feel like the love in your being can finally be unleashed into the world around you. The truth of your being is finally being witnessed and honored. Maybe you've allowed external voices to quench this desire to be fully you and expressive in your light. Maybe you've allowed expectations, societal expectations, or expectations of important people in your life, or maybe you've inherited expectations from growing up with certain parents or family members that have put pressure on you. And this is you freeing yourself and just going on your own journey, your journey. What does your journey look like? If there were no limitations and you could follow your heart and your soul and your inner nudgings throughout the day, what would that look like? This is you allowing yourself to do that. This is you being a whole new being, that butterfly. And everything looks different because you have a higher vantage point now. You get to flit around to the flowers. You're still in the same environment, but you just have the equipment now. You're equipped to see things anew. And with the slow energy that's coming through, it's a choice. You're standing in this lush, beautiful environment and you don't want to speed up. You don't want to rush through your experience because your experience is beautiful, because life is beautiful. Your surroundings are beautiful. Why would you rush through it? And this can even be in your day-to-day experience of life. This is a new way of seeing things. Everything's beautiful. So you choose to slow down. You choose to embody that slowness. Take everything in. And allow yourself to fall in love with your surroundings. Because you've allowed yourself to fall back in love with yourself again. We have the magician here. And the magician is having everything at your disposal to create whatever you would like to see happen in your life. And from this new place of self-love, healthy boundaries, groundedness, embodiment, and enjoyment of your life, you're working from a new vantage point, and I see a shift in your priorities, what you're working towards, what you're fighting for, what you're building in your life is completely shifting because you recognize the priorities are just shifting. Because you're so contented with things as they are, your heart isn't reaching for something outside of itself anymore. From that state of being, we might go after things in our life that aren't fully in alignment with our heart and soul. And from this more aligned place, you not only are shifting your priorities and what you want, but you're able to manifest them more effortlessly because they are more aligned. The divine protects you from manifesting things that aren't in alignment. And just, I'm circling back to that beginning message about beauty. It's the same with manifestation and what you want to create in your life. When you align with spirit first, everything kind of follows after that. And this is a complete surrender to soul first, heart first. And it feels amazing. And I'm excited for you because I wonder what it is that, like, what doors are going to be opening up in your world now that you're in this more aligned place. I see, ooh, that's what that Seven of Swords is. Something you're not seeing is a brand new door opening that you didn't expect, but is a gift from God, a gift from the universe that is exactly what you need and what you want, and you just don't know you want it yet. So continue to deepen into your heart and soul, because it is aligning you with all the right things, with the most beautiful life you can ever imagine. So let's pull a few more tarot cards from the Star Seeker Tarot. And then I'll have one last message from an oracle. I just heard your life is forever changing as you know it. Complete 180. And it's all starting from within. And that's so beautiful. We have the Page of Cups, which is a card of playfulness, a childlike nature, a lightness. We have the World, which is completion and the fulfillment of long-held dreams. Could be travel, movement again. Oh my gosh, we have the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands is a card of celebration. It can be about union. I think this is ultimately, of course, external unions with another, but this is your internal union with your own soul and everything lining up. I feel like the universe has been waiting for you to come to this place of alignment so that it can shower you with the blessings that only this version of you could really fully receive. And then we have the Lovers. So if you are looking for a partnership, the Four of Wands and the Lovers is a really positive sign. And you couldn't attract a more aligned and more loving and more healthy partnership than you could from this new place that you're landing in of alignment with your soul. It's so beautiful. Good job. I just want to tell you, good job. And it is so worthy of being celebrated, this inner alignment. In society, we celebrate the external achievements, but this is something worth celebrating. So please celebrate with your family and friends, your loved ones. Even if, like, make it a point, say, I'm celebrating myself. Maybe your birthday's coming up, I don't know, but just say, I'm celebrating myself. I feel like I've gotten myself to a really good place internally and I want to celebrate that. Let's go to dinner. Let's go do something. And yeah, I'm so happy for you. This is a really beautiful time. So enjoy it. And just, man, this is a beautiful moment for you. I'm so happy for you. And even with the Page of Cups, that can kind of be a loving and playful. And like, look at this card. There's someone out, there's a mermaid out in the ocean, and there's like a guy standing here with a little offering. And I don't know, I just feel like there's something coming into your world, or someone coming into your world to shake things up and to continue to reflect the beauty that you already are back to you. I don't know how much more. The World card's really standing out now. You're stepping into a beautiful new journey, and continue doing the work. Continue deepening into the truth of who you are, and shedding what doesn't serve and shedding what's not truly you. And know that if you are on a healing journey, with the World being here, complete healing is possible for you. Believe in miracles. If it's been something stubborn that has persisted, something that you've had a hard time shifting, or if this era of your life and the changes you want just seem to be taking forever, I just want to let you know that a complete shift and change is not only possible, but it is inevitable for you. Believe in that. Believe in the miracle of that change, which I want to write that down for my intention for the infinite prayer for you. Believe in the miracle of true change. True change and healing. What was doesn't have to continue to be. Okay, I'm going to pull that final card from the Oracle of the Hidden Worlds and read from the guidebook. Okay, we have number 33 with the gathering, and we have community, kinship, and companionship. Companionship. I think I'm going to say like 90. This is crazy, but I feel like, who doesn't want to be in a partnership, in a healthy, loving, beautiful union? And I feel like it's over 90% of the people who are here want that. So I just want to affirm that for you. There is someone coming in. That Page of Cups card really confirmed it for me. It just felt like the two of you were being brought together, and that alignment is occurring as we speak. So again, with the courage, be courageous moving forward and take risks where you feel called to take risks, and know that you're worthy of the most beautiful partnership, and the person who comes in is going to make you feel safe and grounded and calm. And when it does come in, it's not going to be something that makes you feel self-conscious or overwhelmed or overly nervous. It's going to be something that feels truly safe. So it's not something to worry about. So, okay, let's read number 33. The gathering. Okay. When you gather, we of the hidden world see all about you, the connections you are weaving. The community and kinship, the relationships you create, are not only woven from hand to hand, from heart to heart. You not only stand together in a circle and reflect the shape of Gaia, the shape of stars, the shape of the temples of stones, the nests of birds, the eggs, the beginning, the zero. You gather together and weave into relationship the universe. The conscious intelligence that is the universe is supported by the relationships that are awakened and healing, that have at their heart a desire to commune with each other in ways that create a fertile place for healing and understanding. Within the small circles of your life, the smile you offered for no reason, the kindness you lent without expectation of return, the offering to another who is experiencing lack, all create community, all create relationship, all create understanding, all are sacred and contribute to a place where the planet can be nurtured and fed by your higher self. There may be times when you gather in sacred ways, times when your footsteps trace those of your ancestors, when you wear the garments woven of stories. There, yes, it is sacred. But the spirit of this is held in your every action, word, movement, and it is there that the true work is done, bright soul. Reach out this day and take a hand, lend a hand, be in relationship. For then, while it may be unseen, you awaken all the temples and beings of light rejoice. Illumination. Today I will create community. Weave relationship. I will connect. Okay. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Group number 3. I hope I see you in the Infinite Prayer session. There is a link down below. If this resonated, don't forget to drop a flower emoji down below. Comment if you feel called to, like this video, or subscribe to my channel. And go ahead and listen to my outro to learn more about Patreon, my adorable merch, and my other YouTube channel. As always, I am honored by your presence. Thank you so much. If you'd like to be supported more deeply through powerful energy healing transmissions that serve as monthly anchor points to keep you grounded and aligned to your most fulfilling path, along with access to a growing collection of exclusive soulful pick a flower readings, I'd be honored to have you in the sacred space of the Little Flower Patreon. My intention is for this space to be a spiritual lifeline to healing, clarity, and soul alignment. A sacred container that leaves you feeling free and safe to unfold into your most authentic and abundant nature. Each month in the Wellspring membership, I channel a theme or prompt for 2 new Pick a Flower readings, with one of those readings laying the foundation for what emerges in the Infinite Prayer. Using Reiki, prayer, intuitively guided affirmations, and a belief in miracles, I offer a new, powerful transmission each month. With the Overflow membership, receive everything in Wellspring, plus access to every new extended Infinite Prayer session drawn from monthly YouTube readings from October 2025 on. Click the link in the description box below if you feel called to explore. Feel free to like, comment, drop a flower emoji, or subscribe to The Little Flower. You may browse single infinite prayer transmissions, check out my adorable merch featuring my bee and flowers logo with the phrase, "Hello, lovely human," and leave me a tip or buy me a coffee if you feel called to. Last but not least, I have another YouTube channel called Soul Hearken, my heart and soul in video form. I'd be honored to have you over there as well. Everything you'll need is listed in the description box below. With so much gratitude, I send you prayers of happiness, peace, health, and wealth. You are honored and loved. Hello, lovely human. Welcome to The Little Flower. If you haven't been to my channel, my name is Krista, and I use the presence and essence of flowers along with the tarot to deliver messages to help you align to your most authentic and abundant nature and path. So for this reading, the prompt that I channeled is, "You are a light in the darkness. Witness the beauty of who you truly are." So I'm excited to get into this. Before we get started, go ahead and listen to this short little intro about my Patreon, and I will see you in the reading. Before we get into your reading, I'd like to invite you into the sacred portal to healing, alignment, and expansion that is the Little Flower Patreon. A key element that makes the Little Flower Patreon special is the infinite prayer. Using Reiki, prayer, intuitively guided affirmations, and a belief in miracles, I offer a powerful transmission each month with the intention to bring you into deeper resonance with your truest soul essence and most fulfilling path. Entering into the infinite prayer means remembering you've always held the key to the healing waters of your own soul. This is your safe and protected conduit to the divine. I simply hold the mirror. Tap into your own sacred, ever-flowing internal spring, always pure, always moving, always offering exactly what you need the moment you choose to dip your cup in. Return as often as you feel called to. Enter the Wellspring membership and receive access to an ever-growing sanctuary of soulful pick-a-flower readings and infinite prayer sessions. Each month, I tap in and channel a theme or prompt for 2 new in-depth readings, with one of those readings laying the foundation for what emerges in the infinite prayer. Join the Overflow membership and receive everything in Wellspring, plus access to every new extended infinite prayer session drawn from YouTube readings like this one from October 2025 on. If the Little Flower Patreon is calling to you, click the link in the description box below. If at any point during this reading you feel inspired to, feel free to like, subscribe, drop a flower emoji, and leave a comment. I'd love to know how things are resonating, or if you have any questions or suggestions for me. Now, back to your reading. All right, so now that you know what the infinite prayer is, I want to mention that this reading, we are having an extended infinite prayer transmission today. So there will be a link down below if you feel called to that. I will, towards the end of the reading is when I typically come to the intention for how I'm going to align your reading to that session. So we'll just go ahead and get into your reading and see where we go. So you chose group number 2 with this lovely purple carnation. Purple carnations are given as congratulations. They're given as a symbol of honor. And I want to do a channel message from this little guy. So let's see what he has to say to you. And for some reason, these are masculine carnations. I keep calling them little guys. Usually I'm referring to flowers as feminine. So I find that interesting. Maybe people in this who are called to this reading are really needing that masculine energy, but we'll see. So, okay. So what do you have to say, little flower? You are held. You are protected. You are safe. You are worthy of so much love, embodied and reflected back to you from those who are surrounding you. There's one right person who is meant to love you in the exact way you need it, who's meant to honor you so deeply, help you see your worth without even trying. There is someone either in your world or coming into your world who's going to light you up, who's going to remind you of how amazing you are, who's going to make you not care about the little things, and who's going to remind you of your truest soul essence, of your inner child. And you will feel safer in their presence than you felt with anybody else ever. So whether they're here in your world or they're coming, take this moment to say a quick prayer to invite them in. They are on their way. All right, lovely. So that's a message from Spirit about a love coming in. And group number 1, at the end of the reading, there was a message about love coming in. So it's kind of a beautiful tie-in and bridge to this reading. So I'm not sure if we'll keep talking about that, but if some of you needed to hear that, there you go. There's your confirmation. So the card you pulled from the Nature's Whisper, well, I pulled it, but you picked from the Nature's Whisper Oracle is number 27, and it says, maintain your childlike spirit. So I'm going to go ahead and actually read from the guidebook for this. Short and sweet little messages, so might as well. All right. Nature holds all aspects of light. This light is the same brilliant light that shines out of every child while they are still in touch with the magic of the world and nature. Find the innocence of your childhood light within you and reconnect with it. This light represents your virtue and holds the memory of perfect trust, fearlessness in others, and total self-reliance. It will allow you to see the world with the eyes of a child. You will be excited to learn new things every day. How much happier our world would be if everyone reconnected to his or her purest essence. I agree. I'm being reminded of this time that I lived in Austin, Texas for 1 year, and I went to an ecstatic dance class. I mean, you could call it a class. It's just like a session. You basically show up and you just, there's someone who hosts it, and they have a playlist kind of curated. And the first one I went to was on a Sunday morning, and it truly felt like church. It was amazing. It was just this flowy, light energy, and it was so pure. And in that space, there's no speaking, it's only movement. And it was cultivating the ability to just enter into true, pure being. And I had an awakening in that moment. At that time, I had to sit on the sidelines for a while to cry it out. And it was a reconnection to the purest part of me. And it was a childlike, it was an inner child part of me that never truly had the space to be witnessed. And in that time, in that moment, I truly had the space to be witnessed. I witnessed myself, and it was so beautiful because this girl who was, probably in her early 20s, but she was so childlike, and she had these she had like a cape on, and she had, I don't even know, she had props and kind of like a crown on or something. And I remember she came over and she handed me, I want to say, a scarf or something, and placed it on me. And it was just the most beautiful, pure moment. And I don't know why I'm telling you this. It just came to me, and I wanted to mention it. And maybe just tapping into that energy and bringing it forth is a way for me to build a bridge to you. But because it feels as though you are entering into a place of remembering your inner child, and perhaps that love that came through in the message with the carnation is going to be a catalyst for you to remember a beautiful part of yourself. Or maybe even some of you are going to have children or have children who reflect the most beautiful parts of who you were as a child back to you. And then you have another chance to really love that part of you through them. And so this is a remembrance of your innocence, of your of the part of you that has always been lovable. And there's a sacred energy here, a sacred re-encountering of who you truly are, a remembrance, a reclamation, a deep honoring. This feels like a huge shift. This feels powerful. So maybe some of you are turning 27 or around the age of 27. Obviously, that's not going to be all of you, but that is the age that a lot of people start entering into their Saturn return, which is a huge time for shifting. So I think the other Saturn return is like 56, 57, and then it's like you double it from there. But let's go ahead and get some more cards. I'm going to pull some cards from the Moonology Messages Oracle. So we have Moon Rising with Truth. And Out of Bounds Moon with Boundaries. So even with me placing this flower on this boundaries card, I felt this emphasis on the boundaries. And I am recalling an energy of a child whose boundaries were never honored, who never even knew that they could have boundaries. And if this energy is ingrained in you, that you just meld with your environment and you just respond, and that's your duty, then it takes a lot of work to untangle that and to get to a place where you are truly honoring your unique soul essence. If the people surrounding you growing up weren't equipped to honor the purest part of you because they were never taught or equipped to honor the purest part of themselves and honor your being as sacred, then you really could get lost in the mix of things and an identity loss. I'm feeling identity loss from childhood and seeing your identity in the people who are around you as opposed to seeing yourself as a unique sovereign identity, and it's and special in its own right, in your own right. Take that if it resonates, but that's what I'm feeling. Someone who never even knew that they could have their own space or their own boundaries, or they never knew that there was this pure essence of their soul that was uniquely only their own. Everything always belonged to someone else. It's that kind of energy. And you're awakening with Moon Rising and Truth. You're awakening to the reality that it is okay to believe in yourself and to move forward in your life from a place of radical authenticity. Even when it means disappointing other people, disappointing your family, friends, society at large. It is the only thing to do to walk towards a life that is truly authentic for you. It is the only thing you can do, because otherwise you're stuck living a life that feels there's something that just feels off, something that just doesn't feel right, something's not right. And you get to live a life where everything feels right. You get to make the changes that you need to make. You get to create a new world for yourself. This is your right. Okay, I am going to pull a couple cards from the Prairie Majesty. I looked up and I saw 1251 on the camera timer, and 1, 2s, and 5s are my numbers for divine union, for partnership coming in. So that theme is really running through this reading. I think there's someone coming in that is going to help you truly honor parts of yourself that you've never been taught how to honor. And it's an interesting difference to what you grew up with. What you grew up with was just not knowing that you even could honor certain parts of your being. And now you have someone who's almost teaching you by their very presence that you must honor certain parts of your being as sovereign and sacred. So beautiful. That's exciting. We have emerge. What am I opening into? Eastern tiger swallowtail. It's a butterfly. Similar themes to group number 1. And then we have what am I integrating with beaver and build. So what are you changing in your life? What are you building in your life? I'm sensing that you are flying free in some way, and you are doing something that's really setting you apart. That's the feeling. And it feels like it's been a long time coming with the beaver card here. It feels like you've been slowly integrating and inching towards this change for a while now. And it feels like there's a final cutting of cords happening for you. A final cutting of ties to an old identity who catered to, in some instances, others' needs over your own. And in some cases, it's okay to give, it's okay to serve, but not when it comes at the cost of your own soul alignment. I see you moving forward where your soul's alignment with your unique soul essence and truth is your number one priority. And sometimes that comes along with serving others and giving to others. But other times it means going after your dreams, doing something big that might scare other people, taking risks that others would look at as crazy. So whatever you're doing, it doesn't necessarily mean you have to leave behind people, and it could mean that, but you're leaving behind old tethers that kept you held in patterns with certain relationships, dependency patterns, just negative communication patterns, whatever it may be. But you're cutting those away and you're not agreeing to them anymore. Old contracts are being burnt up for you. And new contracts are being rewritten that honor all of you. And this is all your own doing, your own intention, your own actions, the steps you've taken to free yourself. You've done it. Okay, let's pull some tarot. I'm going to pull some tarot from the Star Seeker. Oh, you know what? No, I want to pull from the Light Seers. Star Seeker and Light Seers. So yeah, Light Seers tarot. Let's get into it. I'm proud of you. I heard I'm proud of you. You've done some hard things recently to get where you are now. But you know it's worth it. Okay, we have the Ace of Pentacles, new beginnings. The Six of Wands, okay. What are you building in your life? The Justice card. The Lovers in the center. Group number 1 got the Lovers in the other deck. King of Cups. Ace of Cups. And the High Priestess. Okay, so there's some pretty powerful energy happening so far in group number 1 and 2, because you have 1, 2, 3 major arcana so far. And we've got those major arcanas are Justice, the Lovers, and the High Priestess. And you are following your calling. You are following exactly what the deepest parts of you knows that you are supposed to do. You're listening to nothing but your soul, your own intuition. You know where you're walking. You've had visions of where you're headed. And you're faithfully walking in that direction. And it is powerful. You know you're creating a new material and emotional reality. The Six of Wands is about recognition, recognition from others, high honors, someone honoring someone else. When you get to the other side of this transformation, as hard as it's been to watch relationships and old things that aren't serving you, old patterns being cut away, as disappointing as some things have been on this journey for you, you will land in a place where even those who you've had to walk away from or you've had to change dynamics with will recognize and see that you did the right thing and will be grateful for it. Because when you're serving yourself, your highest self, and you decide to cut cords, you're serving that person too. In the moment, they might not realize it, but they will. They will recognize it, that it was all for the best. Again, there's someone coming into your world soon with the Lovers card. That is insane. The fact that it's in the center really makes me feel called. And I looked up and it said 2020 on the camera timer, and twos are numbers of union. And 2020, perfect clarity we were talking about with the High Priestess. And the High Priestess is number 2. And the High Priestess is about your intuition and seeing things crystal clear and knowing exactly what you're walking towards. And with this potential partnership, I believe you know exactly the type of person you're walking towards. And you're only going to call them in even more clearly through the inner alignment that you've been partaking in, and the cords you've been cutting, and the crystal clarity you've been following. The Lovers can also be a card about harmony, inner and outer harmony, and feeling at one with the universe, at one with your environment, at one with your soul. Puzzle pieces fitting together perfectly. That is what I think of when I think of the Lovers card. Everything, like in nature, how everything just is interrelated and works together to perfectly sustain life. This is what you're building for yourself because you're honoring your truest nature. The world around you starts to shift or crumble even. Some of the things that have been caked onto your being that aren't serving this harmonious nature are starting to crumble off of you and shed away. And your energy starts to shift and move the energies around you until everything finally just feels aligned. And that may mean you end up in a new place or with new people or a new person. But you're no longer allowing yourself to stay stagnant or stuck. You're letting yourself move. Maybe that's why I was thinking about ecstatic dance earlier. Maybe that movement, that flow, listening to that inner light that just sparks you to go. That's what ecstatic dance is. It's just movement for the sake of movement, and life for the sake of life. It's the most authentic thing you can do. No words, just expression. No judgment. You are who you are. The scales are tipping in your favor. We have the Justice card here. Things are going to feel like they're like long-held manifestation, dreams, goals are going to fall into your lap so effortlessly in this new phase and era of your life. And it's going to feel so right because you're finally ready to fall into that flow. This is what they mean when they talk about divine timing. It's not a time on the clock. It's an alignment, an inner and outer alignment that just bloop makes sense. And when you're there, and that's what they say too, when you're there, when you are aligned, you know that it couldn't have happened any other way, and it couldn't have happened at any other time because it never would have made sense. I'm loving these readings tonight. there's such a settledness, a contentment, a knowing you're exactly where you need to be. If you are creating wealth, the Ace of Pentacles is a powerful confirmation of that. So is the Six of Wands. And this card in particular, the Six of Wands, you can see there are a bunch of hands kind of reaching up in the background. And I almost just saw like hands throwing money at you. And because of it's something you're offering that people need and people hunger for. And in return, it sounds so materialistic, but in return, they're throwing you this, like the money is simply a currency exchange. They're giving back to you because what you've given to them is so valuable. It's even priceless. That they're so grateful that they could even have a chance at receiving what you have to offer. So it's just so balanced. Yeah, balanced giving and receiving with the Justice card again, like everything's exactly as it should be and it feels right. It feels truly right. And that's what the Lovers card is about too. Balanced giving and receiving. I believe if you aren't already in a partnership and you're looking for one, you know exactly what you want. There's a bow and arrow on this woman's arm on the Lovers card. And we were talking about with the High Priestess having a vision. Don't discount the visions that have been downloaded into your being about the type of person that you're meant for. Have you had visions in the past and even if you've thought they would go a certain way and they didn't, it's the energy and the texture of those visions that rang true, that are still true. A meditation on all of the visions for your future and for your life that have truly felt like divine downloads would be really powerful for you right now. Take the mental image out of it and align to the frequency of it. What did it feel like when you got that vision? I believe you're walking towards your visions, but to deepen into them and just to get into the feeling of what it means when those come to fruition instead of the materialization of them. That could be very balanced and good for you. Because the materialization, and while some things may ring true in what you envisioned, a lot of times it's not. It's more of the energy and the reciprocity and the frequency of everything that is the real manifestation in its core. And you'll recognize it more. It's like you're feeling your way towards a manifestation, being magnetized towards it in your energy as opposed to your thoughts or thinking it needs to look a certain way. So that could just be a little bit of advice there. I keep circling back to this King of Cups. And I don't know what he's trying to say. It's interesting. Because with all this talk about partnerships, I want to say it's the energy someone's holding for you. But as a reader, I'm always hesitant to, honestly, I've talked about partnerships in both group number 1 and group number 2, and I don't typically do love readings. So I get a little hesitant to talk about it because I don't want to, I just want to channel responsibly when it comes to love, especially because I think some readings can whip people into, like delusion even. But again, it's like, that energy of aligning to the frequency of the message is what I want to do for you. And the materialization is not really something you need to worry about. So the energy with this King of Cups is someone who's compassionate, gentle. Like I just saw someone placing their hand on your heart and it feeling soft and loving and kind. A truly kind and generous soul, a sensitive soul, a loving soul, a light-filled soul, a joyful soul. Someone who's wise and doesn't even realize it. Someone who's naturally loving and kind and thinks nothing of it. It just is. Someone who's beautiful. Open, vulnerable, free, supportive, a healer, powerful, fierce, protective, peaceful, contented, intelligent, sometimes whimsical. I could go on and on, especially the cups energy. It's like falling into a flow of something, falling into a spell almost, but it's a good spell, a true spell. So that's the energy of this person. It could even be a place or a thing or it could be anything, but this is the energy that is greeting you. And then with the Ace of Cups being right next to the King of Cups, I feel like that's you. I feel like this is your heart opening and responding to this energy that's meeting you from this other person, place, manifestation, whatever it is. But this is your heart opening and responding and feeling safe and free. Your inner child lighting up, overflowing. It's like, I finally found a place to call home. I finally feel like I can be myself, all of me here. And I don't have to fight or hide or worry. It just is. And all of my essence is free here. Okay, I'm going to pull a few more cards from the Star Seeker Oracle. I keep wanting to mention, I don't feel like I said enough about work. Like with the Ace of Pentacles being about the Six of Wands, there's a great victory within your work coming ahead, within the way you're making money, if you're manifesting money, if you're manifesting a new position, if you're manifesting the creation of a business or the expansion of an existing business. When it comes to the work you do in the world and the way it's being received, it's being so well received. You're being so honored, so looked up to. You're being witnessed in all of who you are. People are so grateful for you and the work you do. And not only that, way more money's coming in. I feel like it's an expansion of wealth. So this could be a raise. This could be, like in my case, it would be my YouTube channel growing and people responding and signing up for Patreon. It could be something like that for you. It's just, it feels like there's this huge, like I'm seeing like a wellspring, like all of a sudden shooting up more water than it usually shoots up. So if like a normal wellspring, like you have a normal wellspring, like this is the amount I have to work with, I'm contented with it, this is okay. And then all of a sudden it just starts like shooting out. And it does, I do think sometimes springs do that when they have excess water, because I have seen natural springs and sometimes I'll go and it's kind of trickling. It's always flowing. It's kind of trickling, and other times it'll be like shooting out. So I think that's interesting, and I think you're entering it into an era where it's shooting out. But yeah, let's pull some more tarot. Star Seeker Tarot. Abundance, overflow, love, just being able to be yourself. This is beautiful. Okay, we have the Three of Swords. We have the Three of Cups. Okay. The Four of Swords. and the Hanged one, the Hanged Man. Interesting. Okay, we're kind of like shifting gears here. The Three of Swords and the Three of Cups is making me think of the Three of Cups being about community and the Three of Swords being about heart pain. I think you're entering into an era where you're healing past wounds around community and around, it can be around love too. I believe you are going to find a harmonious, settled place where you feel aligned with those in your immediate environment, those in your workplace, those people who you have to spend your day-to-day with. You're feeling supported. You're feeling honored, lifted up. And you're doing the same for them, and it comes naturally. So I'm not too worried about this Three of Swords. It's signaling healing to me. It's signaling wounds closing and healing for good. And this sword, this Three of Swords has lots of water in it. And it just feels so cleansing. And this center of this card looks like a galaxy. And it's like washing away old wounding and opening up to the amazing galaxy of all the love you have to give and letting it flow out, and relationships feeling more effortless and more natural. No worries in that realm. You're heading into a beautiful era of connection and love. And the Four of Swords is a card about taking care of oneself, honoring oneself, being gentle with your soul. And I do believe you're headed in that. And the Hanged Man being right next to it, it's about a pause, a shift in perspective. You're being called inward. You're being called into gentleness. And even with the Four of Swords being next, all of this right here, being next to the King of Cups with that Ace of Cups and that message about that gentle energy you're being met with, that supportive energy, and you just being able to breathe. It's like you're finally able to just be, and you're taking advantage of that. And I want to let you know, in this next phase of your life, if you need a solid break, if you need a time away from progress and movement and pushing and doing lots of inner work, or even inner or outer work, if you need a true sustained pause, please take it, because it is the perfect time. When your body and soul wants that pause, that's your signal. It is the perfect time for a pause, for a break, and even with the Three of Cups being here, it's celebrating how far you've come, celebrating that you've gotten yourself to this new plateau, and just resting in the peace of it all, in the quiet of it all, and allowing your body to recalibrate to this new way of being. All right, I'm going to pull one last card from the Oracle of the Hidden Worlds and read from the guidebook, and then we will get into the infinite prayer session. Oh, number one. I feel like this is your new beginning. So it says the Healing Temple. Restoration, cure, and safety. Oh my God. I love the word cure here. I feel like you're healing on so many levels, especially when it comes to your relationships. And you're able to just exist in this new reality that's so loving and so kind and so gentle and so soft, where you can just breathe. I know I already said that, but I'm reiterating it. Beautiful. Okay, I'm going to read from the guidebook. I love that it's number one. Once there were temples of healing where we would return again and again for delicate and subtle reweavings of energy within our system. Light and color, sound and pure vibration were our medicines, and with this attention to our total well-being, we were whole and nourished and charged with the fullness of balanced life force. This energy is returning to you, revealed through a glimpse into the dimensional worlds where this healing still takes place. This card marks the beginning of a journey into healing, your own physical, mental, emotional, or spiritual healing. This healing adventure takes place because of a chance meeting where you are introduced to a person, place, or philosophy that can create a pathway for you to immerse yourself in the restorative process before you. This healing has links to the ancient methods used in the temples of long ago, where light and sound were interwoven within pure spaces to rework and reweave the structures within the body and soul. This ancient methodology is slowly being fed into our world. And while it is ancient and sacred, it can also be found in the most sophisticated of modern hospitals through the technologies being developed which can assist all of us when we have need. Your own personal healing journey is beginning, and you will be met, guided, and cared for as you move through this process. There is a place of great safety and calm for you to return to, where the vibration is loving and pure, focused and high, and you will respond to the care, the energy, and the complete immersion into a healing environment. But first, you must enter. The guardian of the temple has opened their arms in to welcome you. The choice is yours. I now accept the powerful healing being offered. All right. Yeah, say that to yourself. I now accept the powerful healing being offered. And with the oh no, that was group number 1. I keep getting you mixed up with group number 1, but they had the word courage, and I did like with that saying it's your choice to enter. Just muster up whatever courage to enter into this softness. I think sometimes it's scary to even exist in stillness and softness, because if our nervous systems are wired for needing to be in progress or movement, it can feel unsafe. But I promise you, it literally says safety here. You are safe to rest and be still. I forgot to mention in the infinite prayer. So for you guys, for the infinite prayer, I want to rewire. Obviously I can't in one session completely rewire your nervous system, but that's my intention, is to help nudge you forward in the rewiring of your nervous system to feel safe in stillness. So I'm writing that down at the intention for group number 2. If you feel called to it, there is a link down below. All right, group number 2, and you are group number 2 again with the union energy. Thank you so much for being here. As always, I am honored by your presence. If this reading resonated, don't forget to drop a flower emoji, leave a comment if you feel called to, like this video, or subscribe to my channel, and go ahead and listen to my outro to dive more deeply into Patreon, The Infinite Prayer, my adorable merch, and my other YouTube channel. So thank you so much for being here. Bye. If you'd like to be supported more deeply through powerful energy healing transmissions that serve as monthly anchor points to keep you grounded and aligned to your most fulfilling path, along with access to a growing collection of exclusive soulful pick a flower readings, I'd be honored to have you in the sacred space of the Little Flower Patreon. My intention is for this space to be a spiritual lifeline to healing, clarity, and soul alignment. A sacred container that leaves you feeling free and safe to unfold into your most authentic and abundant nature. Each month in the Wellspring membership, I channel a theme or prompt for 2 new Pick a Flower readings, with one of those readings laying the foundation for what emerges in the Infinite Prayer. Using Reiki, prayer, intuitively guided affirmations, and a belief in miracles, I offer a new, powerful transmission each month. With the Overflow membership, receive everything in Wellspring, plus access to every new extended Infinite Prayer session drawn from monthly YouTube readings from October 2025 on. Click the link in the description box below if you feel called to explore. Feel free to like, comment, drop a flower emoji, or subscribe to The Little Flower. You may browse single Infinite Prayer transmissions, check out my adorable merch featuring my bee and flowers logo with the phrase, "Hello, lovely human," and leave me a tip or buy me a coffee if you feel called to. Last but not least, I have another YouTube channel called Soul Hearken, my heart and soul in video form. I'd be honored to have you over there as well. Everything you'll need is listed in the description box below. With so much gratitude, I send you prayers of happiness, peace, health, and wealth. You are honored and loved. Hello, lovely human. Welcome to the Little Flower. If you haven't been to my channel, my name is Krista, and I use the presence and essence of flowers, along with the tarot, to deliver messages to help you align to your most authentic and abundant nature and path. Before we get into your reading, I'd like to invite you into the sacred portal to healing, alignment, and expansion that is the Little Flower Patreon. A key element that makes the Little Flower Patreon special is the infinite prayer. Using Reiki, prayer, intuitively guided affirmations, and a belief in miracles, I offer a powerful transmission each month with the intention to bring you into deeper resonance with your truest soul essence and most fulfilling path. Entering into the infinite prayer means remembering you've always held the key to the healing waters of your own soul. This is your safe and protected conduit to the divine. I simply hold the mirror. Tap into your own sacred, ever-flowing internal spring, always pure, always moving, always offering exactly what you need the moment you choose to dip your cup in. Return as often as you feel called to. Enter the Wellspring membership and receive access to an ever-growing sanctuary of soulful pick-a-flower readings and infinite prayer sessions. Each month, I tap in and channel a theme or prompt for 2 new in-depth readings, with one of those readings laying the foundation for what emerges in the infinite prayer. Join the Overflow membership and receive everything in Wellspring, plus access to every new extended infinite prayer session drawn from YouTube readings like this one from October 2025 on. If the Little Flower Patreon is calling to you, click the link in the description box below. If at any point during this reading you feel inspired to, feel free to like, subscribe, drop a flower emoji, and leave a comment. I'd love to know how things are resonating, or if you have any questions or suggestions for me. Now, back to your reading. So, I didn't really want to mention this, but for some reason, during recording these readings, there's been a lot of chaos going on. Like, for instance, I accidentally left a pin on my bedspread, which is white. It's a comforter, and I am soaking part of it in bleach at the moment. It's like been a whole ordeal. And I'm hearing noises in the house. Like, I keep leaving my door open, and then I have to go shut it. And like, I feel it's been interesting. So I'm wondering if there are a lot of distractions around you, or I don't know. I'm almost getting the energy of someone who is, like, especially with this card, number 45, empowerment here, someone who is rooted in where they want to go and what they want to do, and who's fully pushing and moving forward into a vision, into a creation, a manifestation, and standing firm in their truth and who they are, despite all of the surrounding energies, chaos, anything that maybe in the past would have thrown them off guard or thrown them off track. Now it's just kind of background noise in a way. So that's the energy that I'm sensing. Someone who's really rooted in, who just continues on no matter what, and knows that nothing can really make them waver, or nothing can really pull them off their path. So it's almost the energy of someone who's been on a journey for quite some time, and the trajectory itself is rolling you forward despite anything that may come from the outside that may direct negativity towards you, or direct any derailing energies or distractions towards you. So I'm assuming this is you, of course. I'm curious, because we have this card here called Empowerment. It's number 45. 45 reduces to 9, which is a number of, a lot of times it's associated with the ending of a cycle. And I do believe that. I think it's a very strong number for just before a new beginning. But lately, I've been seeing a lot of 9s, and a lot of times I have had resistance to them in the past, because I'm kind of tired of seeing nines. I'm ready for the one, I'm ready for the new beginning oftentimes. And I'm kind of sick of this like wrapping up old cycles energy. But then I found myself in a place of acceptance around the number 9 recently, because every single phase of a cycle has a purpose. You can't end a cycle without the 9 phase. You can't end a cycle without tying up loose ends and closing it off. And there's such an awakening energy to that last push, that last empowerment into the next cycle. There's so much faith in that moment. And another thing I've noticed about the number 9 is that it is an amplifier. So for instance, if you have a set of 3 numbers together and there's a 9 in it, you don't even have to look at the 9 to reduce it. Like in numerology, you reduce numbers. So you take, for instance, if it's like 541, that would be 10. And you add them together and it would be 10, which reduces in turn to 1. So you just keep adding them together until they come to a single digit, basically. So if there are any 9s, so for instance, 189, so all you have to do is add up the 1 and the 8, and it will give you what it reduces to, because 9 just like amplifies that. Like, so for instance, 18 is 9. So think about it. If you add 9 and 9 together, that's 18 again, 18, and that goes down to 9 again. So let's say 139. That's going to be 4, because 1 and 3 creates 4. Let's add 1, 3, and 9. Sorry, I feel like I'm going, but you get what I'm saying. The 9 itself just amplifies the number next to it, like the numbers next to it. So 139 reduces to 4, and that 9 just makes that 4 more powerful. And 4 is a number of stability and security. Anyway, sorry, I think way too much about numbers on a regular basis, and numbers speak to me all the time, so I'm just going off on a tangent. But now that we've said that, my point is that if you are at the end of a cycle, and if you are tired of seeing those 9s, if you are tired of metaphorically seeing that, maybe some of you don't even care about numbers and don't see them as signs, but maybe a lot of you do because you're at a tarot reading right now. And even right now, you're probably like, God, get to the point. Like, we're still in the 9 of me, like, making my point. If you are tired of seeing those 9s, just know that this is a moment of expansion for you. This is the brink of a powerful shift, and it is worthy of being honored as such. If you keep trying to escape the 9, you'll never escape the 9. You have to stay in this moment, and you have to really, it's like giving birth. Like, that's like the birth part is the hardest part. But you cannot give birth you cannot have the baby without giving birth. So you have to stay present in the birth process. You have to stay present through the discomfort and the tightening that happens around that last moment before the expansion. So you're being called into presence with the intensity of your expansion. Okay. So let's get into this. Sorry, I've barely even spoken here about what's going on. So for this reading, wow, I didn't even tell you the prompt. So for this reading, the prompt that I channeled is, you are a light in the darkness. Witness the beauty of who you truly are. So we're doing channeled messages from the flowers today, and the flowers we have are the purple carnations, and these are symbolic of whimsical energy, and they are given to honor another person's achievements or just to simply honor them and uplift them. So let's get this message from this beautiful carnation. Carnation, what do you have to say to group number, and I'm talking about expansion for you, and you're group number 3, and that's a number of expansion. Okay, so carnation, what do you have to say to group number 3? All is well. Nothing is slowed down. Your journey is unfolding perfectly. You are aligned to divine timing. Everything is just as it should be. the abundance you seek, the love you seek, the adventure, the openness, the color, the light, the freedom you seek. It's all just around the corner. In fact, it's now. It's inherent in the seed, the potential of now. And that is why you're being called into presence with what is. God does not rush. Nature does not rush. And neither should you. Be present so you get to experience and witness the birth of this new creation in your life. It is the most magical moment, and you wouldn't want to miss it. Stay present. Witness the beauty that exists as it is, as your life is now. Because I promise you, you will not regret sinking into your body, sinking into your world, and truly, truly honoring everything about this moment. Okay. Thank you, Carnation, for that lovely message. So the card I pulled from the Nature's Whispers Oracle is number 45 with empowerment. And I'm getting the feeling that you are in need of a rejuvenation, a spark, something to light you up and to inspire you to move forward, to push forward, to recognize that you're still on the path. Recognize that beauty truly awaits you. But also recognize that beauty is now. I see this, if you look at this imagery, she's in between this turbulent, intense energy on the left, this cold, snowy energy, and then over here it's sunshine and it's beauty and abundance and lush energy and warmth. And you know where you're going. You're in the in-between. And meditate on that. Meditate on that in-between state. Find a way to be present in both the joy and the lightness of what is to come, and the turbulence and intensity of what was. You are there in the center of it all, ushering in this new phase, this new light, this new birth. You're exactly where you need to be. That is awesome. So I'm actually going to read from the guidebook as well. This is like the longest I've gone ever without pulling any other cards than the first card. So 45. The moment for respect for life and all living things, attuning to nature and to the creatures of the earth is at hand. Tune into the deep well of compassion that spills over readily to anyone who needs your help. You are being directed to take action to remove difficulties and resolve problems. Be receptive to guidance from wherever it happens to come. Don't be surprised to receive support from unusual avenues. Be alert to seemingly random input, which will give you clues and ideas that had not occurred to you earlier. Once you have picked up these signs, pursue them diligently and with determination. The potential for them to pay off is immense. As soon as you know what action to take, take it. Okay, I really do think you're ushering in something amazing into your life right now, and you're in that birth moment. And when it's talking about looking for signs and taking actions, it's like, if you're more attuned to the present moment, no matter how intense or uncomfortable it is, you're able to truly, more effortlessly and easily and even joyfully, it's like you're a doula for a birth. Like you're kind of just listening to your intuitive nudges and ushering this new birth into reality. And you know what this birth is in your life. But it could be different for all of you, but that's where you're at. And you have the know-how, the intuitive prowess to usher this in. You can do this. You can make this change. You can transform in ways that you've never experienced before. Your life can transform in ways that you've never experienced before. But it takes your conscious participation throughout the process of the shift. Okay, let's keep pulling cards. I'm going to pull a couple cards from the Moonology Messages Oracle. That could be like that energy that I was coming in and talking about, how everything's kind of distracting, but someone's still, like, you're still rooted and you still know where you're going. It's okay to feel distracted. It's okay to feel like you're doing something wrong, as long as you stay aligned to your true north. And the message from the flower, like, you are aligned. You are aligned to divine timing. Everything's exactly as it should be. And so it's okay to feel a little chaotic. But I feel like you're being called to place an intention into being present throughout the transformation. Like, I'm thinking of, okay, I don't know if you've ever looked into what it kind of takes to build abundance and how you have to dig through poverty consciousness or scarcity or lack mindsets that you grew up with and clear those out before truly allowing yourself to receive. A lot of times we reject things that we want, but it's like our body can't receive them. We don't know, we don't feel safe receiving them. And it feels like what you're doing by being present through this intense process is just constantly telling yourself you're safe, you're safe, you're safe. So it's like a pathway, this pathway of inner safety from one phase to the next. Okay, so we have Talk to the Moon with Communicate, and Night Moon with Shadow Work. So exactly, you kind of have to close your eyes and just be present with what is, that turbulence. Oh my gosh, yes, I really feel like you're on the brink of a beautiful transformation of your life is shifting in powerful ways. And it's making me think of turbulence on an airplane. Like, it's just like a shaky ride there, but just hold on to that faith. Keep taking those action steps. You'll know each step as it comes. You don't have to know the whole path. Like, it's just a intuitive thing that you move through. But again, you have to be present with it. Okay, let's keep pulling cards. I'm going to pull a couple cards from the Prairie Majesty Oracle. We have Where Do I Give and Receive with Match, and Am I Singing My Song with Warble, and that's the Dixisel. It's a type of bird. And then we have the butterfly milkweed over here. So it's appropriate to have a butterfly on a card for you, for sure. The transformation you're going through is intense and crazy, and you're going to end up in a place you've never been. So the old patterning in your body is being cleared away and being rewired. And so that feels chaotic, that feels intense. And it feels sad sometimes because you're letting go of old ways of being, old identities of yourself. It could be even a mourning process. And that Where Do I Give and Receive message is coming through again. There was something of that with this empowerment card when I read from the deck. There was something about looking to see where you can support others. So I want to just make note of that, because there could be something through this portal of change where you are being called upon to support someone else or to give in ways you might not have recognized before. There's something there about giving and receiving, and making sure that you're aware of the ways in which you can serve throughout this process. So that's an interesting message. And then Am I Singing My Song with Warble. All I feel is just joy with that card. There's something beautiful here. And you're being called into the truest life for you. The one that makes you naturally feel like singing. It feels like singing your own song. Okay, I actually want to dig right into the tarot with you guys. So I'm going to pull from the Light Seers Tarot. Yeah, that Warble card is bringing so much joy into my heart every time I look over there. There's something really beautiful. And then the fact that the warble, the Dick Sissel, whatever the bird is called, is flying this way, it feels like it's going in a direction, like an unexpected direction. There might be something that happens or shifts after this transformation of yours where you fly somewhere different, like you fly somewhere you didn't expect. Like your life takes an interesting turn, but it's your choice. It's a calling. And it just feels so open and light and joyful. All right, what does group number 3? Yeah, you are flying free. 3, that expansion with the bird, the butterfly. Okay, and we have the 8 of Cups, walking away from what's not serving you. Yep. Knight of Wands. 10 of Wands. Wow. And then look at this 10 of Wands. Look at this. It's like, I'm out of here. I'm moving. I'm taking my stuff and I'm going. There's a new journey ahead. But also, the 10 of Wands can be about caring too much. There's almost like a feeling of, with the Dick Sissel, the bird, that was a light feeling. That was a free feeling. And it was like going in this direction. And then this card with the 10 of Wands is heading in the opposite direction. And so I think a part of you thinks you're going in one direction, but once you're on the other side of this transformation and your baggage is much lighter, you're going to fly in another direction. And it's going to make your spirit and soul feel so much more free. We have the Knight of Cups in the center, and look at this romantic guy with his tattoos and his roses and his sneakers. It feels very romantic. The Knight of Cups doesn't always have to be a romance, like with a person, but in this case, it could be. But typically the Knight of Cups for me is this energy that's beckoning you forward, that's romancing you into it. It doesn't have to be a person. It's something that you fall into. It makes me think of the muse, like artists talk about, I've experienced it. It's like following the muse and following that creative spirit and just going with it and going on a journey. So there could be something there with you that, when you're on the other side of this transformation, or maybe it's part of this transformation, but you realize you have to follow this call that maybe doesn't make logical sense to your mind, but your spirit and soul just need to go. And so stay open. That's why it's important, especially we saw the 10 of Wands with the baggage. And it's so important to stay open and to allow yourself to complete this shedding process, because there's a beautiful horizon waiting for you. And if you don't complete the shedding process, I'm not going to say you'll miss it completely, because I do think you're under just divine alignment and timing, but it might take you on kind of like a little bit of a roundabout journey to, like, eventually you'll end up in the freedom spot, like the place you're meant to go. But yeah, this process, this transformation needs to be complete. You have to go through the full cocoon to butterfly stage. Okay, let's keep going. 4 of Cups. Of course you have the 3 of Wands. That is the ultimate expansive energy card, like new horizons. And the 7 of Wands, and that is defending your territory, standing your ground. But also in this one, she's meditating, and I do think that's the energy that you're being called into is meditation, going within, trusting in your inner compass against everything around you, all voices, all suggestions, all projections, just trusting and allowing yourself to go through this process to completion. And you have such a beautiful open door ahead of you. And it's like I'm seeing a bird flying out of a cage and just being free and being in their natural habitat. And it's just, there's something so beautiful awaiting you on the other side of this. I feel like with the Four of Cups being about boredom and not seeing, like this girl, if you look at her, she's kind of looking over here. She's got these 3 cups that are kind of empty and she's bored with them. And then there's a cup the universe is offering and she's completely unaware. And I wonder if some of you are tempted to fall back into an old cycle or pattern because you don't yet see the fruition or the potential of what you thought you were walking towards. And the message here is to no, don't budge from this transformation path. Stay the course. You can do this. It is darkest before the dawn. It's making me think of like the tension when you pull back a bow and arrow. You pull, and then it's that, like you're about to hit that release. And then same with, I believe when, like you, like the Big Bang, like the intensity and constriction and tightness, and then the explosion of the Big Bang and all the creation of the entire universe happens in one go. It's kind of like that, like just that intensity is so necessary. It's like the seed that's about to sprout in the ground. There's like weight and pressure all around it, and then it just bursts forward through the ground and into the sun. So that's where you're at. That's the potential here. And you have no time for old patterns that just, with the Knight of Wands too, the Knight of Wands is like a go-getter. Just go for it. It's very passionate. And I just think, like, yeah, you could circle back around to an old patterning that makes you feel a little more safe and comfortable, or you can transcend everything now. You can just do the intense processing and transformation work and transcend it all now and quantum leap now. Please do not fall back into old comforts, things that you know, again with the Four of Cups, that did not truly fulfill you. You know what you want. Do not be tempted. Stand firm in what you know to be true. You are worthy of an amazing life, a colorful, adventurous, soulful life. You are worthy of feeling just like yourself, like you can breathe and unfold and fly free and sing your song exactly how you sing it, where you're well received, recognized, honored, understood. That is where you're headed. Adventure, freedom, color. Some of you could be travelers. Maybe you want to travel. And it's scary to think about what that looks like. So that's the ultimate unknown. But that life, it's meant for you. That dream, long-held dream on your heart, the biggest one, that's the one. It's meant for you. Go after it. I heard shake hands with it. Get to know it. And soon it will feel safe. Yeah, what is that thing that's calling you in, that Knight of Cups? What is the thing that you think, oh, I don't know, that's kind of too good to be true. I don't know about that. No, that's the thing. Do not settle. You get to have it all. I'm going to pull some cards from the Star Seeker Tarot now. And even with this Eight of Cups, if you look at this, there's a cup she's walking away from that has fire in it still. And it's a feeling of, yeah, it might be kind of hard to walk away from what you're about to walk away from. Because there's still love there, there's still honor there, there's still truth there. And some of what you might leave behind will still be waiting there for you when you get back. It will just be different, but in a good way, because you'll be more of who you are. Oh, and it's also giving me the feeling of you can always, like if you're leaving a hometown, or if you're leaving loved ones to go move to a new place, or if you're kind of finding a separation or distance between something you love because you need to go after what lights your soul on fire. And it's kind of sad. There's this feeling of they're never going to leave you. They'll always still be there in your heart, in your soul, and maybe it is even like your hometown, for instance, like your family will always be there. The support you need will always still be there. But you have to go do this thing. You have to venture out into new horizons. You have so much support and backing for this choice too. Those who love you most want to see you succeed. They want to see you happy. They want to see you free. Trust in that. Go do your thing. Be free. Be wild. Okay, let's get some of these Star Seeker tarot cards. Okay, we have the Queen of Cups. You can trust your intuition. You can trust yourself. Page of Pentacles, new material reality, Five of Swords, and wow, we're doubling down on the Four of Cups here. That's crazy. Whew, I'm kind of feeling the intensity of the energy here. I had to get up and move and stretch and get some energy flowing. So with the Five of Swords and the Four of Cups, Five of Swords is about conflict, and I'm thinking this is about inner conflict. This is what we came here to talk about. The light that you are in the darkness. And is there a lack of faith? It just feels like you're not seeing something that's being offered to you as clearly as you could. And there's a reinvigoration of your faith that is meant to take place. And with the Queen of Cups, you can go within and find this. Explore the potential that exists within. Explore and dig around for old dreams that you may have cast off. Open your heart, mind, and spirit and find the why behind them again. Because once you're reminded, you will be lit on fire to move towards them. The Page of Pentacles, there's a little guy or girl here like sitting and reading books, and there's a little crystal ball next to him, and it kind of feels like you're doing some digging and exploration of your inner world, and oh my gosh, do you have old journals you can go through when you would talk about your dreams, or a dream journal, like something that will remind you of who you once were and what you once wanted, that you have, like dreams you've cast aside. You need reminding as to why you had them in the first place. Here's the thing. Even if you realize you don't want them anymore, it will give you that confirmation, and it will give you more crystal clarity in what you are walking towards. So just do some digging, search your heart, see if some things, some old dreams that you once had are still there, still waiting to be revived, and see what was once there that's ready to be let go of, and let go of those. So you can leave room for what really, truly is going to light you up moving forward. So you can leave room for this new open door that wants to happen for you. This new sense of freedom and joy, expansion that is on the horizon for you. With the Five of Swords is a rough card. It's inner conflict. And you're not moving forward until this is resolved, until you know exactly what you want, where you're going, and until you've asserted it in your being and until you've cut the cords to any patterning that gets in the way, cut the cords to any connections or communications with people who have certain expectations of you that aren't aligned with your dream. Whatever you need to do to protect your dreams, that's what you need to do. And it's okay to do this, take this inventory of what's truly aligned and what you can let go of, because that will just make you feel even more grounded and even more resolved in moving forward towards what you want. So take some time to do that. Take a walk in nature, listen to your heart, open up to those old dreams, and just spend some time in wonder, in musing. You will find the answers you seek. They're waiting for you to just unearth them. They're waiting to be revealed. There's so much inside of you that's waiting to be seen. So you can close this chapter, so you can move forward fully. Just do the digging. Give yourself the time and space. Take the earbuds out and just be with yourself so that you can hear that voice speak and it feels like it's in your heart. So we are doing the infinite prayer. I forgot to talk about that at the beginning of this reading because we kind of just dove right in. But the infinite prayer is, just as I mentioned in the intro about my Patreon, in this case it's an extended off of the YouTube, so you can buy it separately from the Patreon if you wish. But of course, the $8 tier of the Patreon includes all of the extended infinite prayers. But for you guys, the intention I have for the infinite prayer session is, oh my gosh, I so want to help you cut away. It feels like there are some tethers and cords to, it could be people, places, things that are really getting in the way of you being able to see clearly what is possible for you. And like there's old attachments. So I'm going to write down cord cutting to old attachments that block your view of the true freedom that is meant for you. So yeah, cord cutting, clearing, letting go, so you can truly see why you're on this journey, why you're transforming, why you're leveling up, so that you have that spark, that passion that reignites you on your journey. Beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to pull one last card from the Oracle of the Hidden Worlds, and I'm going to read from the guidebook for a final message. Yeah, the fact that you got the Four of Cups twice tells me a lot. There's something you're not seeing. You're focused on old cups, like you're focused on the wrong thing, the things that are meant to just, they're done and over with. And it also makes me think of someone who is kind of sitting there thinking like, is this it? Is this all there is? So if you're kind of in that energy, you're going to cling to the little, like the things you do have because you think, well, there's nothing else. But there's so much more. It's amazing what's waiting for you. Okay. We have, okay. Oh, interesting. Group number 1 or 2. One of the other groups got this card, and I'm just going to roll with it because I shuffled them up pretty good. So we're going to read it again. Group number 1, the Healing Temple. Restoration, cure, and safety. Here, I'm going to set this up here so you can see it. Once there were temples of healing where we would return again and again for delicate and subtle reweavings of energy within our system. Light and color, sound and pure vibration were our medicines. And with this attention to our total well-being, we were whole and nourished and charged with the fullness of balanced life force. This energy is returning to you, revealed through a glimpse into the dimensional worlds where this healing still takes place. This card marks the beginning of a journey into healing, your own physical, mental, emotional, or spiritual healing. This healing adventure takes place because of a chance meeting where you are introduced to a person, place, or philosophy that can create a pathway for you to immerse yourself in the restorative process before you. This healing has links to the ancient methods used in the temples of long ago, where light and sound were interwoven with pure spaces to rework and reweave the structures within the body and soul. This ancient methodology is slowly being fed into our world, and while it's ancient and sacred, it can also be found in the most sophisticated of modern hospitals through the technologies being developed, which can assist all of us when we have need. Your own personal healing journey is beginning, and you will be met, guided, and cared for as you move through this process. There is a place of great safety and calm for you to return to, where the vibration is loving and pure, focused and high, and you will respond to the care, the energy, and the complete immersion into a healing environment. But first, you must enter. The guardian of the temple has opened their arms to welcome you. The choice is yours. Illumination. I now accept the powerful healing being offered. Wow, it really feels like what is on the other side of this transformation is the most beautiful, still, powerful, healing, open place for you to renew your being and stand in the light of all you'd ever hoped and dreamed for. And it's up to you to step through that door. And even as I was reading that, it was such a beautiful message of lightness that's coming. But I felt that intensity. It is intense. I'm just here to tell you to stay the course, because it is going to be so worth it. I promise you. I promise you. Get through this and you will not regret it. So, all right. Group number 3. Thank you so much for being here. I hope I see you in the infinite prayer. Please go ahead and drop a flower emoji if this resonated. Feel free to comment if you feel called to, like this video, or subscribe to my channel, and stick around and listen to my outro to hear more in depth about my Patreon, the infinite prayer, my adorable merch, and my other YouTube channel. Thank you so much. Bye. If you'd like to be supported more deeply through powerful energy healing transmissions that serve as monthly anchor points to keep you grounded and aligned to your most fulfilling path, along with access to a growing collection of exclusive soulful pick a flower readings, I'd be honored to have you in the sacred space of the Little Flower Patreon. My intention is for this space to be a spiritual lifeline to healing, clarity, and soul alignment. A sacred container that leaves you feeling free and safe to unfold into your most authentic and abundant nature. Each month in the Wellspring membership, I channel a theme or prompt for 2 new Pick a Flower readings, with one of those readings laying the foundation for what emerges in the infinite prayer. Using Reiki, prayer, intuitively guided affirmations, and a belief in miracles, I offer a new, powerful transmission each month. With the Overflow membership, receive everything in Wellspring, plus access to every new extended infinite prayer session drawn from monthly YouTube readings from October 2025 on. Click the link in the description box below if you feel called to explore. Feel free to like, comment, drop a flower emoji, or subscribe to The Little Flower. You may browse single infinite prayer transmissions, check out my adorable merch featuring my bee and flowers logo with the phrase, "Hello, lovely human," and leave me a tip or buy me a coffee if you feel called to. Last but not least, I have another YouTube channel called Soul Hearken, my heart and soul in video form. I'd be honored to have you over there as well. Everything you'll need is listed in the description box below. With so much gratitude, I send you prayers of happiness, peace, health, and wealth. You are honored and loved. Hello, lovely human. Welcome to The Little Flower. If you haven't been to my channel, my name is Krista, and I use the presence and essence of flowers along with the tarot to deliver messages to help you align to your most authentic and abundant nature and path. So the prompt that I channeled for this reading is, You are a light in the darkness. Witness the beauty of who you truly are. So I have no control over what messages come through, only I just channel the prompt and we go on a journey together. So go ahead and listen to this short and sweet little message about the Little Flower Patreon, and we will get into your reading. Before we get into your reading, I'd like to invite you into the sacred portal to healing, alignment, and expansion that is the Little Flower Patreon. A key element that makes the Little Flower Patreon special is the infinite prayer. Using Reiki, prayer, intuitively guided affirmations, and a belief in miracles, I offer a powerful transmission each month with the intention to bring you into deeper resonance with your truest soul essence and most fulfilling path. Entering into the infinite prayer means remembering you've always held the key to the healing waters of your own soul. This is your safe and protected conduit to the divine. I simply hold the mirror. Tap into your own sacred, ever-flowing internal spring, always pure, always moving, always offering exactly what you need the moment you choose to dip your cup in. Return as often as you feel called to. Enter the Wellspring membership and receive access to an ever-growing sanctuary of soulful pick-a-flower readings and infinite prayer sessions. Each month, I tap in and channel a theme or prompt for 2 new in-depth readings, with one of those readings laying the foundation for what emerges in the infinite prayer. Join the Overflow membership and receive everything in Wellspring, plus access to every new extended infinite prayer session drawn from YouTube readings like this one from October 2025 on. If the Little Flower Patreon is calling to you, click the link in the description box below. If at any point during this reading you feel inspired to, feel free to like, subscribe, drop a flower emoji, and leave a comment. I'd love to know how things are resonating, or if you have any questions or suggestions for me. Now, back to your reading. All right, now that you know about the infinite prayer, I do want to mention we are entering into the infinite prayer for this reading. So this will be an extended session off of this YouTube reading, and the link will be down below if you feel called to it. So towards the end of the reading, I will kind of know what energies and messages came through, and an intention for your group will come through, and that will be placed into that infinite prayer session to empower that session and to help align to the energies that you are experiencing right now. So let's go ahead and just get into the reading. So I chose an overarching, I pulled an overarching oracle card from the Nature's Whispers Oracle. It is number 19 with the phrase, shift your energy. And we have just beautiful sky being coming down, and it looks like she's blowing wind in to make a shift on the ground. And number 19 is a number of the sun in tarot, and that is an amazing card. It is a beautiful card. It is fulfillment, abundance, overflow. It is standing in the light of the truest part of you and feeling bold and powerful and ignited. So I believe this is the energy you're stepping into moving forward. So if there is a shift happening in your energy, it is for the good. So I'm going to read from the guidebook for this. And by the way, the energy that, especially with group number 3, but there has been kind of this chaotic energy, and this always happens with groups 1 through 3, 4, however many I have. There are always kind of energies that kind of move into and out of the next reading. And I've noticed an arc going on. Like it kind of started really settled and slow and comforting, and then it slowly built. And then group number 3 just felt like chaos. It felt like a calm in the middle of a storm. And then now I feel like we're calming down off of that chaos. So if you found your way here, I do believe you could be coming from a more chaotic energy and settling into something that's more aligned, more empowered, and more clear. And so I just wanted to mention that. I'm going to go ahead and read from the guidebook with this Shift Your Energy card. It says clear your energy, the energy of those around you, and the energy of your environment. Winds of change are blowing into your awareness. In order to prepare for what is ahead, begin a process of renewal. This process might include clearing away the old that no longer has a purpose in your life. It might also mean changing old habits and patterns that you are ready to release. An example might be actively avoiding overly sugary foods if you are trying to eliminate excessive sugar from your diet. View this as a time of shedding that can be achieved with ease and grace. There's a very specific example there. So maybe some of you actually are having that where you want to take sugar out of your diet. That's funny. It makes sense because if there is a chaotic energy, you don't want too much sugar because that's like sugar kind of creates that. It is a chaotic energy. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into this. You chose group number 4 here. And this is, we're doing purple carnations. So purple carnations are given to others to honor them, to celebrate achievements, and it is symbolic of a whimsical nature or unpredictability, which has made sense for this reading. Everything feels a little, I just feel like the energy here is that of a powerful transformation and renewal for all of you. And it must be going on in the collective right now. Or at the very least, the collective who is drawn to this reading, to all 4 groups in this reading, because powerful change is occurring. And I'm so happy that we made it to this group number 4. Number 4 is a number of stability and security, and the energy already is starting to settle, starting to calm, and land in a new trajectory. That's how I feel for you. So I feel like you're on the other side of a transformation, and it could still feel like the tail end of that old energy is kind of following behind you, but there's just nothing to fret about. There's nothing to worry. It simply is like physics. It's just like the wind, you know, when you waft past something and it kind of starts following you. It's literal physics. That's all it is. And if you just keep moving, everything will settle and you'll be completely and fully embodied in your new reality. So actually, I did channel messages from the carnations and the other 3, and I'd like to do it for you too if this flower has a message for you. So let's ask this carnation. Do you have a message for group number 4? And oh, this is so cool. Look at this. Let me show you. There's 1 bloomed carnation, and then there are 3 little buds. So that equals 4. And this is making me think of like you're stepping into the first rung or the first step on a new staircase, like, or on a new plateau. And there are more to come. But it's like you're steadying yourself on this first step. And you're congratulating yourself. Others are congratulating you. You feel like it's an achievement. But you have so much more to come. And you have so much from that place. You can grow and expand and scale that to something even grander. And so I just wanted to remind you of that. So yeah. Let's see. I don't know if this flower has a message for you. Maybe that's it. It was just the symbols of the buds. Do you have anything to say, flower? I don't think so. There's no message. So that's okay. But that's good. It's calm. It's steady. You don't need too much fluff. I almost just want to like take a few deep breaths and center in and steady yourself and ground yourself. Yeah, go ahead and take a few deep breaths. Steady yourself here in this place. You are secure. You are safe. You are alive and free. And you will take your next step from a place of groundedness, security, and complete faith. Trust, trust, trust. Okay. I feel better. I feel calmer. Okay, let's go ahead and pull a couple cards from the Moonology Messages Oracle. This is finding safety and steadiness on the other side of a transformation and taking a moment to rest, but knowing you are ready to still go further, expand more. And the rest is only a rest before you sprint to the next thing. Expand into the next thing. You don't necessarily have to sprint. I don't know why I said that. Some of you might be sprinting to the next thing. Maybe you're stronger than ever because of what you've been through and you're ready to sprint to it, the next thing after you get to this. I don't know, I feel like you're here. You're on this new steady ground and you're learning to steady yourself on it. And it's like, take some time, that's fine. Root in right here. You're in the in-between and it's okay, like this is a new place, even though it still feels like the in-between. This is new. You've made it to the next rung, the next step, and it's okay to take your time to steady yourself here before going to the next one, if that makes sense. Sorry, this might be confusing, but I hope it's landing. We have Cold Moon with Face Your Fears. Interesting. And Moon Called, Meant to Be. Okay. Yeah, you're being steadied and centered and rested up for... I just keep thinking of a sprint. Like you have not even a long run. You have an intense burst of inspired action to take. And so you're being reminded to take a deep breath right now and take this opportunity for rest and pause when you can, because you're about to go again, another round. Only you can know how this is resonating for you. You will know. It's so abstract feeling, but yeah, let's keep pulling cards. I'm going to pull a card from the Prairie Majesty Oracle. Oh, I just heard it's going to serve you very deeply and well if you take this opportunity for rest, for calm, for pause. Because you will be so rejuvenated and ready for that sprint that you're being called into. It will be an inspired sprint. It's not something you're going to be forced into. This is something that is going to come from within. An inspired state is going to push you forward pretty soon. But there's this moment, this opportunity for appreciation, pause, stillness. Okay, we have What Is Mine to Share with Honeybee and Sweeten. Aw. And then we have What Is Ready to Go So I Can Grow with Wildfire and Burn. Okay. Okay, I'm actually going to take a moment. I'm going to take the advice in this reading and take a little pause before sprinting into your reading. So 1 second. All right, I am back. I took a moment to meditate. The energy was simply just intense, and I want to do this reading justice, and I want to channel the messages the way they're meant to be channeled. I'd like them to land. So yeah, it took a little minute. Just did a little smudging, and let's get back into it. You know what's coming for you. You know your life is changing as you know it. Things are picking up. And this reading is calling you into stillness, into a shift, into a new level of steadiness, optimism, hope. a nervous system rewiring that helps you feel safe, that gives you permission to rest, that knows that rest is a fixture of your life, something you can enter into at any moment. Do not rush this process. Do not push, push, push. Just flow, trust, let go. What is burning up here in the wildfire are feelings of needing to create, rush, 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 do. We're burning that up. We're not doing that anymore. That is not the life you are creating. You are creating a life of sweetness, of goodness, of love, of calm, steady peace, of knowing that what you do is purposeful, what you do is love itself, and letting that unfold how it unfolds, but protecting your inner world, protecting your worthiness of enjoyment, and trusting that all is as it should be. You don't need to carry the whole world on your shoulders because the divine has it under control. You can rest, you can play, you can just be. And that's how it will always be for you. You can trust yourself to work when you feel called to work, inspired to work. And you can trust yourself to rest when your body calls you to that as well. All right. I'm going to pull some tarot from the Light Seers Tarot. I'm still curious about what the Face Your Fears Moon card is about. All right, we have the Knight of Wands, which makes perfect sense for you. That is that sprinting energy. That's crazy. And the Eight of Cups, group number 3, got both of those cards. They do serve you well. The Eight of Cups is about walking away from what's not serving you, and in your case is that rushy on to the next. We want to like puncture, I don't know if that's the right word, but permeate your patterning, your habits with little lulls of peace and calm and steadiness. So throughout your day, you're feeling powerful yet clear and calm. And there, like, the message that's coming through is be aware of the way in which you attain your goals and the way in which you go after what you want. And be sure to realize that the way in which you create your life moving forward is going to sustain itself. So if you keep telling yourself to push, and then you can rest, like, okay, I'll rest when I get to that next rung. There will always be another rung to reach, another step to step up to. You have to start integrating the lifestyle that you dream of. You have to start realizing that you can integrate that right here, right now. And you have to not put it off, because otherwise you're going to move forward and land in your desired reality and not be able to fully be present with it, not be able to fully enjoy it because your body is frazzled or you're burnt out or you're overwhelmed. So you're being called into the present moment and steadying yourself here and recognizing that you're safe here. And with the Face Your Fears, that could be something that feels scary. Standing and resting in stillness when you have so much drive and passion towards something you love could be kind of scary because it feels like you're abandoning what you really want to do and what you really want to create. So face your fear of just sitting with yourself in stillness, sitting with the nothingness, sitting with, it's not even that, like, progress will take care of itself. I think that stillness makes you feel like progress isn't happening, but it is. It's just it's an ultimate surrender and trust in the divine. The divine is you're co-creating with the divine. You're not doing it all on your own. And you're a human being who needs to rest. The divine doesn't need to rest. Well, actually, apparently they do. On the seventh day, God rested. So, never mind. The divine needs to rest too. But we're reflections of the divine. And even if the divine, all-powerful divine needs to rest, then so do you. Anyway, I think that landed. I think you understand what I'm saying. That sounds like a beautiful experience, though. Like if you're so focused on progress or movement or change, and then you just take a moment and you truly just sit and pause, where you're not experiencing any change or any progress or any movement, that could be an unsettling feeling. But it's kind of beautiful because, again, the message here is you're going to return to whatever it is you're working on or moving towards with so much passion and reinvigoration that you'll get it. It will click. It will be like, oh, this is why I couldn't have moved forward without that rest. Like I wouldn't get anywhere. I'd just be spinning my wheels. Like, oh, okay, I get it now. So you just have to do it. Okay. What other tarot cards are coming through here? Okay, here we go. Ooh, Queen of Swords. Yes. Equanimous. Lovingly detached. Healthy boundaries. You are stepping into complete dominion over your lifestyle and how you get to feel on the day-to-day. You're not letting and maybe even sometimes external pressures get to you. Societal pressures that make you think you need to rush and create and do and fight and compete. And it's like, you're saying no to that. You're cutting the cords to all of that. And you're choosing your lifestyle. And you're choosing how you get to feel every day. And it is empowering. And it is beautiful because this is the most natural thing you can do, is find that balance between give and take and rest and movement. This is the most natural way of being. So you'll be an enigma because you'll be moving forward. You'll be having more progress than most who are just allowing themselves to burn out. And you'll just look like you're effortlessly cruising through, because you will be, because that's the way it's supposed to be. You're supposed to feel good. And your work is supposed to feel inspired and not burdensome, not overwhelming. You're supposed to be excited when you return to your work. And it's also supposed to feel natural to just fall into a restful state, a calm state, a trusting state. Ooh, Queen of Cups too. I love that for you. Intuitive, compassionate, loving. But for you, it really feels, I love that she's in the center too. This is you fully aligned in your body and your soul, knowing what move to make next, knowing when to flow and ride with a wave of passion, and knowing when to rest, lie down in stillness. Allow healing waters to pour through your being, knowing when to take time out to listen to your soul, and knowing when to catch the wave that's riding through. Because that is the moment. It's now. It's you listening to the whims of your soul, day in and day out, weaving in and out of love and rest and passion and excitement and color and beauty, and even into the depths and the darkness sometimes, when we need to just give ourselves a moment to explore a part of ourselves that's felt neglected. You get to live in this way, this free way, where you're honoring yourself every day, every moment. All right, we also have, Two of Pentacles. It's about balancing, juggling things, but you're doing it beautifully. It's like the master juggler. You've got this. It's beautiful. It's flowing. If a ball falls, it's no big deal. You pick it right back up. You get right back into it. It's okay. There's room for mistakes. There's room for breaths of fresh air. There's time to admire the butterflies floating by, to listen to the breeze through the trees. I have a feeling you're going to start catching yourself soon when you're rushing for no reason, when you feel that sense of urgency in your being. You're going to start catching it and being like, why? And really rationally thinking about it. Is this urgent right now? What is urgent about this? And you're going to just drop it and settle down and say, there's plenty of time. I'm exactly where I need to be. All is perfect. I see you shifting in that way. That's how you're shifting your energy. Just settled, calm, trustful. We have the Ten of Wands. Yes, exactly. We're not doing the burnout thing. No more anyway. It's over. It is done. We listen to our body moving forward. And the Four of Cups. So Four of Cups is a card of boredom, of not seeing something that's right in front of you or being offered to you. So I'm not sure what that is actually. I'm going to pull some cards from the Star Seeker Tarot and see if that can circle back to the Four of Cups, because I think there's something there. I do notice the people, like, or the girl with all her luggage and the steer, they're walking towards the Four of Cups, and that's the card. Ten of Wands is about that burnout and overwhelmed or being burdened. So I'm curious how those are interrelating. We have the Eight of Pentacles, the Five of Pentacles, the Ace of Swords, and wow, the Ace of Pentacles. Okay. There's a strong feeling, and I'm not saying this is you, but I'm just saying in the nudge that I'm being pulled towards is the Five of Pentacles, which is a card about lack, scarcity. And the Four of Cups has that energy, not as extreme or as deep as the Five of Pentacles, but it is that feeling like something's missing. This feels a lot about work that we've been talking about, especially with the Eight of Pentacles being here, and that is mastery over something you're building or creating. And then we have the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles, which are both new beginnings. And we have Air Element, which is mental. Pentacles is material. It's like you're creating something, like a mind baby. Like you're creating something, birthing something. And I just think there's something missing almost. Like the whole picture isn't fully developed yet. And I feel like it has something to do with your heart and the way you're connecting with your work. There is a deeper passion available to you for what you do, as hard as that is to believe. There's something more to what you do. And this slowing down is really going to help you start to witness and honor that. What you're creating, what you're building, the work you do, the manifestations you're walking towards. There's more depth to it than you understand just yet. And so this is all this orchestration, while it may feel, and it is, serving you, your soul, so that you can truly just savor your life. It's actually cracking open your heart so you can more deeply feel and understand just what you're here to do on this planet, how you're here to serve. And it's going to come from this amazing place of love and desire. So open your heart, open your being. Continue to do the work you do, because it's endless overflow that awaits you on the other side of it. And not only in abundance, not only in inspiration, ideas, but in love and connection and a deep knowing of your place in everything. So you have so much purpose that awaits you. So much, you already are purposeful, but it's a knowing and a feeling of it all that ignites you even more deeply. This journey is endless. Keep going, because you're only scratching the surface of what you're meant for. I promise you that. And there's so much purpose to what you're meant for. So many people need what you have to offer. And just keep going. But take care of yourself along the way. Listen to your body. Enjoy your life along the way. Because that's just as much a part of your purpose as the way you serve others. Okay, so I'm going to pull one last card from the Oracle of the Hidden Worlds and read from the guidebook and get one last message here before we enter into the infinite prayer session. What do I want to do for your infinite prayer? I actually want to write that down. So for your infinite prayer, for group 4, I mentioned in group 3 that we're going to do cord cutting, but I do feel like you still have a little bit of that to do, like some like loose ends. I'm going to write down, tie up loose ends. So I wrote, tie up loose ends and deepen you into the stillness of your truest nature. Beautiful. The calmness, the stillness, the pause, the rich pause. There's such a richness in you that slowing down and being present is going to really start to unearth for you. So you'll see. Okay. Our final card is number 24 with Light Dancer. It says illumination, the radiant self, and shining soul. So let's go ahead and read number 24. Okay, I'll put this right up here so you can see the card, and let's read this. Okay, so each of us is designed to find within us the light we see outside of ourselves. And with our 5 senses, we cannot see all that is. We cannot take in all that is truly within this world, the universe. But through reaching for the light that lies within us all, you have sought to become a more loving person. You have searched for the oneness and lost the sense of division. For moments there have been pure bliss, and when it has departed, you have been sad, as though you have failed. As a human being, you cannot perceive all that is, all the time. But in those moments when the bliss and peace of the truth of our connection, the acceptance of our transitory journey within and through our bodies, the alignment with values that respect and love the earth, where we find union with others like ourselves, we find ourselves dancing with the light. Life has an ease and flow to it, and we feel we could reach out a hand and touch the stars. This moment has come to you, even if you have forgotten its power, and it is here to remind you again of the beauty of the heart and soul, of the relationship you have to the infinite, which lies within you and without you. The light dancer tenderly touches what she can see in the hidden spaces of the universe and within your heart. When she comes to you, it is to remind you that you too are a light dancer, a being of the infinite universe, and you are as graceful, as aware, and as tender as she is. Illumination. I am evolving into an enlightened being, dancing with the light that dwells within me. All right, absolutely beautiful. Group number 4. I am honored to channel these messages for you. If you feel like, if this reading resonated, go ahead and drop a flower emoji down below. Leave a comment if you feel inspired to. Like this video, subscribe to my channel, and stick around to listen to my outro to learn more about the Little Flower Patreon, the Infinite Prayer, my adorable merch, and my other YouTube channel. Thank you so much. Bye. Oh, and also I'll see you over in the Infinite Prayer session for this. There's a link down below. Thank you. Bye. If you'd like to be supported more deeply through powerful energy healing transmissions that serve as monthly anchor points to keep you grounded and aligned to your most fulfilling path, along with access to a growing collection of exclusive soulful pick a flower readings, I'd be honored to have you in the sacred space of the Little Flower Patreon. My intention is for this space to be a spiritual lifeline to healing, clarity, and soul alignment. A sacred container that leaves you feeling free and safe to unfold into your most authentic and abundant nature. Each month in the Wellspring membership, I channel a theme or prompt for 2 new Pick a Flower readings, with one of those readings laying the foundation for what emerges in the Infinite Prayer. Using Reiki, prayer, intuitively guided affirmations, and a belief in miracles, I offer a new, powerful transmission each month. With the Overflow membership, receive everything in Wellspring, plus access to every new extended Infinite Prayer session drawn from monthly YouTube readings from October 2025 on. Click the link in the description box below if you feel called to explore. Feel free to like, comment, drop a flower emoji, or subscribe to The Little Flower. You may browse single Infinite Prayer transmissions, check out my adorable merch featuring my bee and flowers logo with the phrase, "Hello, lovely human," and leave me a tip or buy me a coffee if you feel called to. Last but not least, I have another YouTube channel called Soul Hearken, my heart and soul in video form. I'd be honored to have you over there as well. Everything you'll need is listed in the description box below. With so much gratitude, I send you prayers of happiness, peace, health, and wealth. You are honored and loved.